Okay, good evening, throwers. As you know, we're of course still in our social distancing time. And what we're looking to do is possibly, who knows, that May 15th time's coming up real quick. And if we get an opportunity to get outside, I'm going to give you guys some drills to work on for right now to help you with your different throws. So what I'm going to do first is have Jake come on out here. We're going to talk about how first we get into our power position. So first we're going to sit on the horse. Okay, we're going to drop our foot to toe to instep, or toe to heel. He's in a good position. Once he sits on the horse, see how he's got good weight, good squat position? He's going to get all that weight to the right side. He's going to try to leave his toes the best of his ability to not turn them out or turn them. He wants to leave them in this position. He's going to bring his right arm back like he's going to throw discus, and his left arm nice and relaxed out in front of him. That is a very good discus position. If you notice, he's easily tapping this toe up and down. But the key is he's turning that toe out, not in. That toe turning out is perfect. The thing that I want us to focus on, and the thing that's going to be the most important thing that we learn in this little quarantine time, is how to rotate this foot. Okay, now relax. Now, as you know, those of you that have been with me before, we do sets of that. Work on sets of 30 seconds. Work up to a minute. Okay, now, okay, Jake, jump into it again. Boom. And again, at any time I ask him to, he can get into that stance and hold that stance. Okay, so from that stance, we work on sequencing. The first part of the sequence that we're going to talk about is one. One, he's going to throw that arm and get that good stretch reflex. Two, he's going to we talk about rotating that right foot. Rotate it more. Okay? Notice his eyes are back, his chest is back. He's going to block, turn, and throw. Again, keeping all of that weight on the right foot, and he does a great job turning that toe as far as possible into that other foot. The key is how much we can turn this foot. So now he's going to do that sequence. I'll count it off. We'll go make it a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good. Now, we're going to talk about another thing that I think is important, which I feel I haven't stressed as a throwing coach, which I want to stress more this year. He's going to set himself up in that power position again. When he gets to number 2 and 3, I want to see him drive that heel down into the ground. That's going to help his block side. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, just got to work on balance. We'll do it again. The reason why he's falling off balance, he's got to make sure he's rotating, shifting that weight from that right side to the left side leg. If you don't shift it all the way to the left side, you fall off to the right. 1, 2, 3. Much better position. Good, good. Let's do it again. This time I'm going to let him dictate his own 1, 2, 3. Very good. Very good. And if you notice, you see that sequence. We really want to see, and you'll hear me talk about what has to win the race. Especially in this position, we talk about separation. This is teaching us that separation. He gets back into power position. He goes to 1, 2. That's the separation. Upper body staying back, torque, feeling the pressure. His hip is already pushing forward. That's that power coming forward of being separated. And then 3 is finishing, and then you'll see that hand come through. The hand should be the last thing that comes through the throw. And remember, then he'll do 1 towards you. When we follow through, go ahead on your own sequence. Watch where his hand finishes. Opposite hip. Doesn't finish across us here. It finishes here and then across to the opposite hip, which was a great job. Okay? Now let's see him do a couple without worrying about the sequence. He's learned the sequence. Now he's going to do a good couple reps. I think of like sets of 10s. So, okay, relax a second. A set of 10 of the holds. A set of 10 of the sequences. Now we're going to do a set of 10 of the full power with the sequence without counting it. Just going to be 1, 2, 3, go. Excellent. Excellent. If you notice, a lot of weight on the ball of that right foot. I can't focus enough, guys, on that right foot turn. It is very important for how I coach and how I teach that right foot. Okay, you can do a couple more just so you get a chance to see it. And if I have to correct anything, I will. Eyes are good. Arm and hand is back. Good. The only thing I'm going to tell them, drive the heel into the ground on the block. Really work on that block leg, driving it down. Not even talking reverse. Day one stuff. No reverse. Here we go. Good. Feel that block better?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to tell you on this one, finish the foot. Now you got it. And you always hear me tell yourself, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That right there is that check yourself right there is to see if I've rotated my foot enough and I've stayed it on the ground. You should be able to feel that push out of the ground, that push out of the ground. That's where the power comes from. Excellent. Okay, now, from the power position, we want to go to that wheel. So what I'm going to focus on, just on the wheels, we're going to put our hands on our hips. Okay? Put them on your hips like this. You don't have to. Yeah. Set yourself up in that wheel position. All we're going to focus on for a set of 10 is the focus on the turn of the right foot landing and having a good foot position. Ready? Go. Oh, too much. Too much. You have to be more definitive of where we're putting that right foot. So it's bam. Get it there. Okay? As you can see, I'm giving them feedback. Boom. Good. See how your shoulders are opening?
Yeah.
Catch your head, keep your shoulders back. Excellent. One more. Good. I'm sure you guys all have our broomsticks or whatever it might be at home. I happen to have a PVC pipe. He's going to do the same drill.
Oh, watch it. It's got a nice little.
Got some edges. So again, he's working on that good position. Good. See how much better his shoulders stay back when I put something on his back? Excellent. The other thing I like when he gets into his wheel is he actually picks that right foot up and puts it down, because that's how it's going to simulate. It's going to come down, and when that right foot lands, the left foot's going to land. And it's giving that timing of right-left. Good. Get it down. Yep. Get it down. Again, not the most ideal situation for concrete pad, but it is what we have here, social distancing. It's our driveway. Good. You don't want to hear that scuffing. Anytime we hear scuffing, that's slowing down. Friction. That's physics for you. Teach all physics today in track and field. Good. Get balance. Again. Very good. Okay. Now, the last part we're going to teach today before we send you on your merry way to do your own drills for today is the wheel with the arms. So the first time he does it, I want him to land sequence, just like we did begin. It's that part whole method. So he's going to start off, land at power, feel a good power position, and then sequence. Good. Sequence. That's a very good one right there. Very good. The only thing I don't like, and he does this all the time, and I'm going to change it, is he's got to keep his head and his chin up at the finish. He has a tendency to want to drop. Chin up, chest up. Okay, that was a very good one right there, with the exception of that little finish. Oh, reset, reset. If we don't do it right, reset yourself. Teach yourself the proper way to do it. Good. 3. Very good. Finish the right foot. Good. Always finish it. Can always continue to push that hip through. Especially if you're going to be a reverse thrower, you're going to want that right foot to come through so I can switch. Don't worry about that. That's later. Okay? Okay. This time when we land, just do the power. Land, pause, throw. There's no sequence. Excellent. And good right foot turn. Okay? So, So far what we've done is we've done power position holds. We did power position sequence. Power position. We did wheels with just concentrating on the legs, the 180. We did 180 with a dowel or something up in our arms. It could be a hockey stick, a broomstick, okay? We did the 180 with arms with sequence. We did the 180 with a stop with a power. Last thing we're gonna do today is the full thing put together. Not the full throw, the full 360. Sorry, 180. Is it 180? It's half, yeah, it's 180. 180 or a wheel, Joe. I like to call them wheels. Very good. Okay, my biggest correction on him, that was a good job finishing that, is always when he gets to that power position, throw the discus or his hand on the shelf. Okay? And what I mean by that, get in your power position. When he gets into his power position, his hand is above his shoulder. So he's reaching up and putting his hand on top of that shelf. Because wherever his high point is here, when he comes back around, that's where his high point's going to be again. Very good. Okay? Finish. Finish. Head. Head up, chest up. So on this one, I want you looking up at that tree. Okay? The big pine tree that you guys can see.
Back too.
Yeah. Catch your head here, catch your head there. So right now you should be looking up at that tree. You should look at it as long as you can. You should be able to see your right hand there in that position, that turn. Okay? Look at your right foot.
Yeah.
Not so good. Okay? Giving him a lot of stuff, he's forgetting about the basic part, which is the footwork. We get the footwork down perfect, the rest of that stuff's gonna be real easy. Let's see if you can get it. We got all night. We got till daytime or till sundown. We're still doing well. Good. Slow it down. Slowing it down. Good. Slow it down. Do it again. Slow it down. Hit the position. Always slow it down. You can learn the position and we can speed it up. Good. Are you catching your head long enough?
Not back here, but.
Okay. Catch your head a little bit longer back here. Good. And relax. Okay, I want to thank Jake for taking time out of his busy schedule of social distancing for coming out and working on a little bit of throwing today. When you guys get this video, get these things done. Don't be afraid to show me. Do a little video of yourself doing it. Let me get a chance to correct what you're doing. I know that's not a lot of time, but from now, which is the 20th, to possibly the 15th, that's almost a month. We can get a lot of work done so that when we get the discus in our hand, or that shot in our hand, which shot drills will be tomorrow, first set of them, we can get into things a lot quicker. Okay? Great job. Hope you guys keep doing well.